Yeah, good day, listeners and viewers. It's a good time to be back on here again, reaching out to prospective clients and customers looking forward to study or travel abroad. My name remains the same, Oladapo Adijumo Damola. I am a representative of RGI Services. For those of clients, students, or parents who are just joining us for the first time or who are actually seeing this for the first time, basically this platform is strategically designed to help inform and educate prospective student clients who are looking forward to study or travel abroad, as well guidance that have study abroad plans for their words. Once again, my name is Oladapo Adijumo and I am a representative for RGI Services Study and Travel Abroad. Okay, last week we talked about a few things, and please pardon my manners. For the last weekend was the celebration of the Ileya festival. So we reach out to our Muslim brothers and sisters, and we hope that you enjoyed the celebration. Okay, last week we talked about a few things, which is basically on the importance of studying abroad. That is the 10 benefits to studying abroad. And one of the most important things that we considered are the highlights. We mentioned 1 to 10 highlights. So again, I'm going to run through the highlights. I'm going to take few of those highlights to explain and try to expatiate on whatever thing we're going to highlight today. So for number 1, we say it helps us to see the world. It gives the advantage to see the world. 2, the education aspects. 3, it helps you to take a new culture. 4, it helps you to own your language skills. 5, it opens career opportunities for you. 6, it helps you to find new interests. 7, it helps you to make lifelong friends. 8, it gives you personal development. 9, graduate school admissions. And 10, life experience. Of course, definitely all of the 10 highlights are not the limited opportunity that you get while you study or travel abroad. There are other opportunities that are not mentioned here, but these are the most important ones that you cannot be left behind to understand or come to realize the reason why you study abroad. So for number 1, we say see the world. It helps us to see the world. Okay, now let's take it from this angle. The biggest reason you should consider a study and travel abroad program is the opportunity to see the world. On a layman's knowledge, when we say it helps you to see the world, it's just like now in your own country, precisely any country whatsoever. I'm not really interested to mention any country, but let's say any country that you have actually thought in your mind. In any country that you are from. Now, when you go study in another country, it opens you to a different environment, one, and it helps you to see the differences between your own country and a new country. It gives you comparison and it also builds your exposure. So in that form, by studying abroad, you will experience a brand new country with incredible new outlooks, costume and activities. The benefits of studying abroad include the opportunity to see a new terrains, natural wonders, museums, landmarks of your host nation. Now, in your own country, you definitely have different kinds of places that are good for relaxation. There are natural areas like waterfall, rock, mountain, and the rest. So now when you go to another country, they also have certain things that are not in your own country, and at the end of it, you come to realize that you are getting yourself into a new outlook. You see different things that you've not seen in your own country, or better things that you've seen in your own country, or something that is not worth up to the ones that you've seen in your own country, but at the same time, it helps you to build your exposure and understand the level of traveling. So, natural wonders, museums, and landmarks of your host nation. In addition, when you're abroad, you won't be limited to traveling in just the nation in which you are studying. You can see the neighboring countries as well. For example, if you study in France, you have the option to travel through various parts of Europe countries, including London, Barcelona, and Rome. Yes, of course. Now, that was actually stated clear. For example, if you study in France, you have the opportunity to travel through other European parts of the country, which are London, Barcelona, and Rome. And as well, some people, that is why we have some prospective clients, they always look forward to study in Schengen countries. Why? Because they have the understanding and they know the benefits that they can, while they have a Schengen visa, studying in a Schengen country, they also stand to have the opportunity to be able to travel to other Schengen countries. Okay, that is that. For number 2, today we are not going to take more than 3 points. 3 points, and I've tried to explain the first one, which is it helps us to see the world. So number 2 is the education aspect. Now, for whatsoever reason that we have actually think within ourselves, within our mind, everyone has 1 or 2 reasons why they want to study abroad. Aside the fact that people are trying to convince them or let them see, they also definitely, when we see prospective clients or customers who are willing to study or travel abroad, they always have their reasons. They always understand the benefit, and majorly the education aspect is one of the most important things that you have to consider, because the truth is that you can see the world even without studying abroad. You can see the world by going to any country for a tourist. But in the major aspect, the education aspect is very, very core, and it also is a plus for you in this vein. So let me take time to explain it. Another reason you should consider studying abroad is for the chance to experience different styles of education. Now, we cannot compare the education style of country A to country B. We cannot compare the education style of country C to country N. We cannot compare the education style of country N to country C. What am I saying? What I am saying is that every nation have their standard in terms of education, provision, and every other things that is actually required for someone to study in that country. Now, so by enrolling in the study abroad program, you will have the chance to see a side of your major that you may have not been exposed to at your own country. Yes, I'm going to take that again. By enrolling in a study abroad program, you will have the chance to see a side of your major that you may have not been exposed to at your own country. No matter how standard your own country education level is, when you travel to another country, there is always a difference in education system or style of education. So by this, number 1, it is actually highlighted along with this. You will enjoy maximum facilities because you learn in both theory and practical system. Let's talk about this. You are studying chemical engineering and you read all and identify chemicals from textbooks. Now you call yourself a chemical engineer, and all what the lecturer do is to come to the lecture hall or to the lecture room, tell you to open to page 65, then you open. In the textbook, your lecturer identified the chemicals, the tools, the requirements, the things that you're expected to see physically, and you don't have the opportunity to see those things physically. You only see them in textbook, the test tubes, the syringe or whatever. Don't mind me, I'm just trying to break it down so we can actually get the picture clear. So in this form, when you study in a foreign nation, you have the opportunity to go through both the theory and the practical aspect. And that's why we said studying chemical engineering and you read and identify chemicals from textbooks and handouts with no practical knowledge. That is why we find some of those who call themselves professionals in organizations, companies, wherever they actually come to find themselves, wherever they are employed to, and whereby they are expected to carry out a professional duty or performance. Now, without the experience or exposure to this level, there will be a level at which they cannot go beyond because of the little experience they had when they were in school or during study year. Now, for someone who actually went through the practical aspect and the theory aspects, you cannot compare it with someone who actually identified practicals from textbooks alone without no physical exercise. So that is why we see some graduates cannot perform when they are expected to deliver. Sounds funny. He or she cannot because there is limit to practical experience, and that hinders the progress or success. Yes, you will find that completely immersing yourself in the education system of your host country is a great way to really experience and understand the people, its tradition, its culture. Education is the centerpiece of any study abroad trip. It is, after all, a study abroad program, and choosing the right school is a very important factor. Now, it is another thing for you wanting to study abroad, and it is another thing for you to study in the right institution that is perfect for your course. Now, although we come to realize that some people or some clients feel that they can apply for a study abroad admission all by themselves, which is, we cannot say no to that. But we understand the professional aspects of this. That is why we stand here as a guide. We stand here to make sure that we are able to deliver the important orientation to the general public, which is the prospective clients who are definitely in need of this. So, in this regard, we realize that some people feel they can do it themselves, just like I have said earlier, but the truth is that yes, and at the same time, there is most likely a challenge at the process, during the process, or after the process. Why? Because if you're studying abroad, there are certain things that are considerably needed to be put together. Even while you've gotten your admission, there are certain things that must be considered and well taken care of. So now we as an agent, what we make sure is that if you are applying for either an undergraduate or a graduate program, we make sure that the institution we are going to provide for you is going to be the best institution by which the course you want to apply for is well treated and is well actually delivered. Those are one of the most important things we consider. So that is why if you contact us today and you tell us you want to study abroad, we have a lot of things that we're going to look into based on your request. Now, if you want to study a computer engineering course, and someone who wants to study, let's say, business education, law, petroleum engineering, and the rest. Now, although there are certain schools that offer those courses, but they do not handle them perfectly. So we make sure that we actually find an institution that is going to be a perfect learning ground for you. So now let's move to the next one, which is number 3 for today. So it is going to be the last one I'm going to run through. Number 3, it helps you to take in a new culture. Now, Many students who choose to study abroad are leaving their home for the first time. Some don't have travel experience, so they are leaving their home country for the first time. When they arrive in their new host country, they are fascinated by the distinct cultural perspectives. When you study abroad, you will find incredible new foods, customs, traditions, and social atmosphere. No doubt about that. That is very clear. You'll find that you have a better understanding and appreciation for the nations, people, and history. You will have the opportunity to witness a completely new way of life. Some institutions organize cultural settings for their students. Now, it's very, very simple and straight. Now, a new culture. Now, whatever kind of culture you've been practicing from your own country is not going to be left behind. Although you're going to be introduced to new ones, you're going to have experience of new ones, you're going to meet different students from other foreign countries, not from your own country alone, from other foreign countries. Now, when all come together as an international student, there is an arrangement by some institutions. They organize cultural settings that, okay, if you are from these settings, okay, you belong here. If you are from these settings, you belong here. You can choose to belong here. If you are from these settings, you can be here. So it helps them to also showcase their culture, introduce the culture of their own country, introduce the culture they are used to from their home, and that gives a relationship for cultures to come together. Now, there are some cultures that are most loved by foreigners, and we can actually get this very clear that some foreigners come all the way from Switzerland, Canada, Australia, Luxembourg to come see some African cultures. And we also have some Nigerians that take it as important for them that when other foreign countries are actually having their cultural day or their cultural celebration or festival, they also take part of it. Now, it is because they love it, they have interest in it, and it is so overwhelming for them. So, that is all we're going to be taking for today. So, next week, I'll be running from number 4, taking another 3 points to discuss more on it. So, once again, my name is Oladapo Adejumo, and I am a representative of RGI Study and Travel Abroad. We are here and available for you for all your study and travel abroad services. And please take this opportunity to travel the world with no commitment, but to study and learn about new cultures. Studying abroad is an experience unlike any other. Very important point. And I want to say thank you for taking your time watching. Please, if you have any questions or inquiries, kindly call this following number: 090-5717-5698. Please, official hours only. And you can also reach us via WhatsApp with the number 080-3314-9670. 080-3314-9670 on WhatsApp. For our Facebook, you can contact us or reach us via our Facebook page with RGI space study space and space travel space abroad. Altogether, I will mention it: RGI Study and Travel Abroad. Ensure you have a space from every word spelled. RGI space study space and space travel space abroad. Now, our Instagram page is RGI Services. Please do not forget to reach us via email for all your inquiries with rgiservices.info or oladapo.damala.ng@rgiservices.info. Please visit our website on www.rgiservices.info. Please change to your preferred language as we have language options in French and English. Our office address is located at 762 kilometer 32 Abeokuta Expressway, Abokan bus stop, Kola Alakoko, Alagbabe, Lagos State, Mountain Plaza. Thank you for staying with us. Next week we'll be with you. God bless.